Yo, what's up, guys? It's Promo back here again with another YouTube video. Today I'm going over the graveyard mirror match. This is very important that you win this one more than half of the time, because it's basically going to decide if you're gonna have like a positive win rate, because it's a 50-50 matchup. So I collected some replays I want to go over. And then I'll just explain like how to defend the graveyard, when to counter push, when to go in, and all that. So the first replay that I have is against the God RF. In my opinion, he is the best splash yard player in the game. Like, he got the highest finishes, and even on ladder right now he's like really high. One thing to note, you see that he has like a level 12 NATO, which is most of the time a free King Tower activation for graveyard. So I won the match up, and I just want to go over like how I did that. So here I'm probably gonna fast forward just a little bit. Like, obviously I know which deck what deck he is playing, so I mean I assume it is splash yard, like he plays it a lot. Interesting he went with a baby dragon like that. Like, I could have won Knight Graveyard opposite lane and probably activated King off that. So in this situation, when there's a baby dragon crossing the bridge, I usually use a bomb tower to tank for it, and it will help out with the graveyard as well. You will see this in my other videos too. So here, like, I'm gonna be quite aggressive. I think I might. No, I'm not gonna go in. Like, it's not a bad spot to go in, because most of the time they have to poison the graveyard, and you're still gonna get chip just because I have a tank there. And well, obviously I didn't know he had level 12 NATO. There's a way to get around it. I won't be able to do it in the video, but like, you basically put the graveyard in a really awkward placement so that I can't NATO it. You can only do this when you know, like, so I got like really lucky here that it didn't work. Obviously he spent quite a bit of elixir, but you can see he defended the graveyard without the poison. Just open elixir, but he still has troops in the field. So yeah, he's just gonna go in like this. I do decide to poison here on defense, and the reason why is I didn't have like an adequate way to end kill his tank, and to yeah, counter the graveyard at the same time. So I do poison on defense if I don't have any other options. This is well played by him. I went with the baby dragon high because I really didn't want him to NATO my knight to the king tower. So I went in quite aggressive there. It's okay in a graveyard mirror match to play aggressive, because in the end it's just who's gonna get like the most damage in. So you see here, I just defend without the poison again. Here, like in the mirror match, you always like cycle all the stuff like behind your king tower, and you try to get a good NATO on his troops. That way your troops stay alive and you can counter push with that. So I think he's playing fine here. That poison is totally fine on his part. Like, he has the poison, otherwise my counter push is just gonna get too big, and he get damage as well. So as you notice here, I'm behind an elixir. I'm just trying to win the bridge battle really. So put a lot of troops at the bridge, so my graveyard needs more of a response, and I go in for a poison as well. Same thing as he did pretty much. So yeah, that actually did a lot of damage, and that gave me the lead. So here's just rinse and repeat. Just cycling stuff behind my king tower. Good bomb tower by him. Like, I guess he just had to cycle it. And it's like it's basically helping him winning the bridge battle. I'm gonna put my bomb tower there. I pretty much same thing. Like, I have to use it to defend against the graveyard, and it's gonna tank for his troops as well. So here, just cycling stuff in the back. I assume I go Ice Wizard as well. Yeah, let's put it a bit farther back so he doesn't get the poison value. Yeah, I think I just go in here for like graveyard poison again. Just trying to chip him out with poisons and graveyard and make it as annoying for him as possible. Luckily enough, like, my baby dragon like locks on, but I try to get like a good NATO off, and here Yeah, obviously my baby dragon is still tanking, so just going for a graveyard. I can poison, and that's good game. So yeah, just try not to use the poison on defense. Win the bridge battles, and only poison on defense if you don't have like a good way of killing their tank or stopping them at the bridge or like dealing with the graveyard. So now we can go to some auto replays I have collected. So the first one I want to go over is not 100% mirror match. This one has musketeer in it, and actually this variation of graveyard counters my variation because it's really difficult for me to kill the musketeer. I kind of figured out how to play this matchup. You want to play really passive, cycle everything in the back. Then once they go in for the musketeer, you need to kill their musketeer with like a NATO barbell, and you can go in for a graveyard straight away. If you don't do that, you probably lose. Like it's just really tough. There's no good way of dealing with the musketeer at all. So pretty poor graveyard by him. Like I mean, in a graveyard mirror match, you basically never want to go in for barbell graveyard because I can use my bar arrow with a knight, baby dragon, or ice wizard to defend it pretty easily. That knight on the left was, if he would have had NATO, that would have been a really bad knight because I couldn't support it. He could have just NATO to King Tower, but I knew what his deck was, and therefore I just decided that like I can cycle the knight up high. Because this deck doesn't have a NATO, that the one he is playing, otherwise it can turn out to be really bad for you. So let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm looking at my hand. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Stopping the tank at the bridge, using a knight and a bar barrel for the graveyard, barely taking any damage. I don't think his play was very good. Like, you don't want to go knight graveyard at the bridge. You really need to go and cycle your stuff behind your king tower, win the bridge battle, and that's when you want to go in for the graveyard. And like, of course, you always need to like kill the tanks at the bridge. So here I decided to put the knight low. Reason why is I didn't want to leak elixir or put it too up high. So here I'm just gonna go just for a graveyard, and every time he's poisoning, I'm gonna get damage. Again, use the bomb tower on defense against the incoming baby dragon, just in case if he wants to go in over there, then the baby dragon and the bomb tower. I mean, the baby dragon is being tanked from the bomb tower will actually help out with the graveyard. So I'll probably go in with the NATO barbell here, not just a poison, that's fine. You don't need to save poison for defense. You really want to like use it on the towers. Probably just stop. Like you see me doing like the same stuff over and over, stopping the tank at the bridge, and here he pretty much goes in for the same pooch every time, and that's why he's not winning. Like, it's just not working out for him. Like, he shouldn't really try to go like Baba graveyard. I assume I would NATO this in. Like, if I don't NATO it, it's pretty bad on my part, but I do. So you can see, like, this, even at this stage in the game, damage is still pretty much even. But just because of that play I made right there, where I NATO in the musketeer and kill everything and then get a good counter push going, that's the only way you can win this matchup, really. Yeah, there's not like a lot of stuff you can do. So here, bomb tower, baby dragon, bar barrel, and I think this will stop all the damage. Maybe the baby dragon gets a few hits in. Oh, not even that. So only like, I think like 2 skeleton hits. Yeah, at this point I'm just gonna like try to graveyard poison him out. Yeah, I mean, I think this game is already pretty much over here. I just needed a knight to the king. That, like, actually that ice wizard was meant to be a bomb tower. I still remember this. Like, that was a misclick. Just because of that misclick, I end up taking like a lot of damage actually. So yeah, unfortunately, misclicks happens from time to time. Like not much you can do about it. But the game is pretty much over here. So I think one more graveyard poison and that's it. So I just want to go to the next replay now. Um, so this was in the global tournament for 24 wins. Fast forward a little bit. See, do we start playing straight away? No, we're waiting. Yeah, so this, like, if you see this bar barrel placement, if you are quick enough and you can put it high enough, this barb can actually get a hit on the tower, but he played a baby dragon, he recognized it. So yeah, bomb tower to the tank for the baby dragon, helps out with the defense, and then just cycle stuff around it to kill the graveyard, and I believe I don't take any damage here. No. Then obviously next thing you want to do is crone from the graveyard, you have a counter push. Yeah, he poisons on defense. Thinking back at it, actually, I think I should have nadered the knight on the king tower. Because that would have been a lot of damage, and like my ice wizard would have stayed alive as well. That probably already would have been game. But then again, like it's single elixir. Yeah, you don't really have to be super aggressive. I don't think it would have been a bad play, especially like his baby dragon was out of sight. So yeah, here I go. He goes baby dragon graveyard, just defended like this, and here I actually messed this up. Like you see the skeletons that were stacking behind my king tower. I should have NATO'd that off. Like if I NATO that, then even I might have gotten king tower activation, but even if my king wasn't activated, I probably would have only take like 500 damage maximum, so that's like 600 damage less. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Here I'm thinking to put like the baby dragon up high, just to pressure him in so I can activate the king, but he actually is just letting it go and just activate it like that. Obviously not the best play by him. Yeah, ISOs there was. My intention was to stop the tank at the bridge, but I think I was just too late. Yeah, here this graveyard from me is actually quite bad. I should have probably just graveyard on. I should switch lanes here. Reason why is that in a graveyard mirror match, it doesn't really matter where your damage is. You just want to go same lane. I even would do this if my king wouldn't be activated, and the reason is just because like that's where your counter push is going to go every time. So let's say if you're going to have a counter push on the right, and then you need to spend elixir on defense, and then you have to go into the right, like it wouldn't really work out that well. Yeah, and since he keeps poisoning on defense, I just decided here to try and win the bridge battle and just go in again. Yeah, I'm probably NATO there. I'm just waiting to see if he's gonna play something else. Kind of predicting something there. I don't know. Probably not the best NATO on my part. Like, to be fair, it's not the greatest game, but like even if I can just point out like which mistakes I made, that should be like very helpful to you guys as well. So here, trying to win the bridge battle again. When you can actually stop the tank at the bridge and you have your king activated, there's like no way they're gonna get damaged. Like both towers can clean up the graveyard pretty well. Here he's poisoning on defense again, so you can just spam the bridge. To be fair, like you won't see this a lot. If the person is really good, yeah, that won't. This guy is not playing well. That's what I want to say. Like he's making too many mistakes. Good players always defend the graveyard without the poison, because they can counter poison and use the poison on the tower they're going for. Because as you can see, I'm just every time he puts his baby dragon and ice wizard there, I'm just gonna poison it, and it's gonna be so much damage. So hopping into the next game. I think, yeah, this is the last game I want to go over. So this dude is really good. Um, he was, I recorded this game maybe a week ago, and I remember at the time of recording, he already hit like 8k, 8,000 trophies. So it's not this one. Yeah. So it's a Korean player. His name is Ice. He's on the top ladder. So even in this replay, you'll see I made like I think I played it pretty well. Just in the end, I made a mistake. So here I noticed like he allows my knight to bridge to cross the river. So you're just going for a graveyard. Like it's really awkward for them to defend it. So he had to poison. Like to be fair, and in that situation, I would have done the same as well. So here, Ice Wizard, Bar Barrel, pretty much take no damage. 1, 2, 2 skeleton hits and 1 splash from the Ice Wizard. So damage is pretty much even here. So you can see like if you don't poison on the graveyard, you can actually get like even less damage. You can defend it better. So here I think I get quite a lot of damage. Here that NATO is really well played. It just kills like the skeletons on the were spawning on the back, and if he's lucky he gets the King Tower activation as well. So I should have done that in my other game as well. Yeah, this baby dragon, I think I just wanted to keep up the aggression and make sure the Ice Wizard didn't do any damage. But to be fair, like I think that it's better just to tank the Ice Wizard and cycle a troop in the back and try to build up a push again. It's just a bit better like elixir wise. So I decided to go with the barb in front, with the knight in front of the barb. Put a bit more pressure there, go in for a graveyard, and you can see here I barely get any damage. So he's playing this very well. This is how you should play it. So I might need to this back. I think that's the right play, yeah. So this basically allowed me that, and here I messed up, because what happened was I nadoed it back and it wasn't targeting that, so I was just like assuming my King Tower would clean up the graveyard better, but then I totally missed the fact that the skeletons on the back were spawning. I could have just simply ball barreled and that would have been fine, but yeah, I didn't, and that was definitely a mistake by me. So here, bomb tower, bar barrel, cleans it up just fine. I think only 1 hit from the skeletons and the poison, so that's all the damage he got there. And on top of that, I get like a knight kind of pushing, so I assume I would nado this to my side of the bridge. Yep. Always nado it to your side of the bridge if you can. That basically means that the thing is, and here I actually go in for the Barbaro graveyard. The reason why is because I have my baby dragon there and I win. I kind of almost choked there in the end. I should have just nadoed and then knight to defend his graveyard, but I mean this is like near the end of the game and so much was going on, so I just kind of missed that, but it didn't ended up mattering in the end. So these are the replays I wanted to go over for today. I hope I explained how to beat the graveyard mirror match. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section, and otherwise I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.